The name is Richard Sheard, and I have been the chairman of the fireworks committee for the Columbus 4th of July organization for a number of years. Most communities will buy a box display from other companies and then put it together. We, over the years, would put our own display together. We would bring in all different types of effects that you wouldn't normally see at a fireworks display in this particular market. And that's what makes the Columbus show so unique. You'll see deeper colors, deeper reds and greens and blues. There's been some prior preparation, being sure we have the right equipment available for that display and that things are in good condition. So we have a caravan of vehicles that will come out with all the equipment that we need.
Tony, I got in 30 years ago, so I've been doing this show and the finale rack for 30 years. So the finale rack is my main work on every year.
And I'm pretty new. This is really just 3 years that I've been playing around with fireworks, but I have a background as an explosives chemist and an engineer.
The thrill of the boom.
They call thump junkies. The thump when you're right next to it when it takes off.
Yeah, I love the shock wave.
The smell of the sulfur. If you talk to almost anybody out here, we do it for the fun. We do 3, maybe 4 shows a year. So it's enough to be fun and not necessarily another job. I've got a 36 shot, they call it a cake box that's going on in the finale just before the very end. Steve and Angela are wiring up 3-inch color shells that will be going up in the finale.
I know a couple of years ago, Columbus was ranked #1 for small shows in the state of Wisconsin.
What makes our show so great?
First of all, I don't know, it's because the people get to sit so close, you know, especially with the ground effects stuff.
The Dragon's Breath, I don't know that any other shows have that, do they?
Yeah, that's been another one. Call it the Dragon's Breath.
That is the large fireball that you get to see. It throws off all the heat and the crowd goes, whoa! My name is Paul Biersock, and my title here is lead shooter. I call it Dragon's Breath. I actually have the registered trade name Dragon's Breath with the state of Wisconsin.
The Dragon's Breath is a 6-inch steel tube with a lift charge in the bottom. A gallon of gas, a gallon of diesel fuel, and a gallon of methyl alcohol is in there. The gas does most of the igniting. The diesel fuel gives you the orange fiery and the heat, and the methyl alcohol burns all the soot out of the diesel fuel so that you can actually see the flame.
20 high explosives manufacturing permit from the ATF. I am one of 12 people in the state of Wisconsin that's actually licensed to make fireworks. I have a 3-inch salute. It's an aerial shell. Many of you get to see them in fireworks shows. It goes up and goes boom really loud with a bright flash. With a salute, how that actually happens is I've got a piece of visco fuse on this end, and that burns really slow. The fuse right here, that travels at about 350 feet per second. So once this fuse gets down to here, it's immediate. What happens is you see the fuse goes down the side, and right down in here there's some black powder. And if you think of it kind of like a shotgun, the black powder gets ignited in the bottom of a tube, and that expands the gases when the explosion happens, forcing the ball itself out of the tube. There's a time fuse to the ball part, and that time fuse will determine how high it goes up in the air. This particular one has what they call a comet or a tail on it, which is right here. It's glued on the top. The fire will actually come around when the explosion down here happens, so it'll light this on the way out of the tube. So you'll see a trail as it goes up and then goes kaboom.